We're gonna be on for a couple hours here. Couple hours. Strickland versus Hamzat. Definitely the big zap, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Strickland doesn't have a fucking chance, bro. He's fucked. He is finished, brother. He's finished. He doesn't have a fucking chance. Strickland is fucked, bro. You have the cutest smile. Let's slow down. Let's keep this politics related, my liberal in Christ. Lock in, liberal. W Ansarunk? Yeah, it's pretty bad. Yeah, we're back. We're here. Made some videos, doing school shit. We'll be on for like 2.5 hours. There's a lot of administration related things to react to. Donald Trump is like really showing his age recently, but yeah, we'll be on for a while. Hopefully, we can get some debates today. That's really what I want to do. It's been a while since I've had a conversation where someone's pushed back on my ideas, so we get to flex those mental muscles, my liberal in Christ. My lips are dry. I'm sorry. Dry lips. Make sure you like and share the stream. You better be. You better be. Better be, brother. In the meantime, we can go over the news. The news, everybody. Trump is offering John Fetterman his endorsement. My bad. I rescind the small comment, bruh. Dweeb, got him. Your username is TDS Urgent Care. So you are anti-Republican as opposed to saying... Wait, so you are anti-Republican as opposed to saying you were independent? What do you mean? What? Husky boy. Come up, liberal. Everyone make sure you like and share in the stream. Seriously, let's try to get to 5K likes. If you want to continue seeing me on a free page, drop a follow. And I'll learn your follow in a little bit, okay? Give me a second, but... And if you're on YouTube... This guy's been here before. How's it going?
Hello.
I'm doing good.
Is it when you say that Republicans are bad for America? Is that something that...
Meaning, make your mind up? What? I've had that liberal in my live before. Just move on. Let's just move on, America. Let's move on together, you know? Vote Republican if you want to end racism? Bruh. SCOTUS just gave Republican states a way to be fucking racist with no punishment. With impunity, essentially. So, give me a fucking break. Nick Gregory. Okay, we're going to move on. Make sure you like and share the fucking stream. Trump keep exposing the corrupt Democrats? Oh my God, Larry, please request that. How's it going, Nick?
Hello, how are you?
Doing okay. I'm assuming you support this administration, right?
No, I actually wanted to ask you a question. You don't think like all the Republicans or Trump is like a bunch of fascists, do you?
I think Donald Trump's authoritarian.
But you don't think he's a fascist, right?
I think you could consider him a fascist.
Okay, could we dive into that if you would like?
Do you want to use my definition or the definition of a scholar?
I would go off of Giovanni Gentili.
There's a lot more people. You kind of have to like get a consensus, right?
Well, I would go off of Gentili considering he's the philosopher behind it.
I don't know. I think these things tend to evolve, right? But sure, we could use his definition. Just his alone. Fuck it.
Well, Gentili, the way I would describe fascism is a political ideology which seeks to introduce a corporatist, palingenetic, ultranationalist state in which individual autonomy is subordinate to the collective state's will.
Give it to me in layman's terms, brother.
Which one do you want? Like, which part of the definition I gave do you want?
Everything. Just let me know. What do you mean by corporatist?
Yeah, so yeah, under Italy's corporatism, they had introduced 22 new major sectors of corporatization. It was national syndicalism is more accurately what it would be called. So it's 22 sectors of them.
Mm-hmm.
And they helped certain major economic areas within the state. They worked
But why
They
would
weren't
that be considered? I recognize you want Gentili because I mean it's going to be specialized in like Italian fascism, but I don't see as to why that has to be the definition for every single fascist state.
Well, I
Because
mean, even
Nazi Germany
yeah.
did not create like a
Well,
corporate.
see,
It was run off of racial purity and like a social, like
yeah, see, but
biologically
like,
driven movement. Do you
yeah, but
think
like
that
this
Germany in
is,
that era was fascist?
yeah, no, I'd have to disagree that they were fascist based off of what I've read and then talking to like say actual fascists themselves. There's a lot of them on this app, believe it or not. The way they describe it to me is that the philosophy of like National Socialism, which is what Smittler was, is grounded on race, and
Yes.
fascism is not. It's grounded on the collective.
No, it can be grounded in the collective good of a particular class of people.
Well, fascism seeks to unite the collective through national struggle.
Or not all the collective. That's untrue. If that's the
No,
case,
no,
then Germany was not
all
a
the
nope.
collective.
If that's the case, then Germany's not a fascist state.
Yeah, I don't consider Germany to be fascist.
Germany was not fascist.
I don't consider them to be, no.
What were they?
They were National Socialists.
They were just National Socialists. So they didn't
Yeah,
have
but
like a repressive form of government that came after individuals, deprived them of civil liberties, ran on like a mythology, all those things, cult of personality.
They were definitely ultra nationalists. They definitely had pelagianetic ultra nationalism, for sure. But they didn't have the corporatist aspect of it.
Why is corporatist necessitated to be fascist?
Well, as Gentili describes it,
Why is Gentili the arbiter of what fascism is? Why
well,
not
I mean, he is
Paxton?
he's the entire philosopher behind fascism. So yeah, I would use him, and then I would use also what Mussolini did.
I don't. What the philosopher behind fascism? What do you mean? Is he the creator of the idea?
Yes, he's the creator of the entire ideology. It's grounded in actual idealism.
No. So there's a lot of scholars that are revered in that particular in that particular sector.
Just no.
Like, are you just gonna brush off like Paxton or Griffin or all these other people?
I'm familiar with both of those scholars.
Okay. Are you just gonna brush them off, or like, does their opinion of a fascism that doesn't matter to you?
I think Paxton has really good points.
Yeah, it's like a heavily opinionated thing. I don't see why we have to adhere to a particular definition. Like, these things can be dynamic, right?
Well, I'm adhering to the philosopher who created it.
I think that's just a convenient way of saying the Trump administration's not fascist because they don't establish like a corporate. They are. They could be. Yeah, they could be considered fascistic. I know Paxton considers Trump to be a fascist.
No, actually, Trump. No,
he does.
Said that he would. No, he was fine with the label. He'd actually call him a fascist.
What do you mean he was fine with the label?
Yeah, he was fine with the label, though. He never actually called him a fascist.
Wait, what do you mean? What do you think it means to be fine with the label?
Yeah, he was careful with his words here. That's what I'm saying.
So you're not answering my question, right? So here's his article. I've hesitated to call. Okay. Until now. I resisted for a long time applying the fascist label to Donald Trump. He did indeed display some telltale signs in 2016. A newsreel clip of Trump's plane taxiing up to a hangar where cheering supporters awaited reminded me of eerily of Adolf Hitler's electoral campaign in Germany. Blah, blah, blah. With the arrival of the Führer, yup, Trump mastered art of back and forth exchanges with his enraptured listeners. There was threat of physical violence, lock her up, sometimes leading to forceful ejection of hecklers. The Proud Boys stood in convincingly for Hitler's stormtroopers and Mussolini's squadrists, the MAGA, blah, blah, blah. But there are matters of surface core. How did Trump relate to profound social, political, economic, blah, blah, blah. Like, this guy now considers him to be... What part of it shows that, oh, I'm not actually saying he is, I'm just okay with people calling him one? What does that mean? What are you referring to in this article?
Yeah, I just don't think that Trump meets the criteria to be.
So I'm not asking you. That's not my question, right? My question is, what do you mean when Paxton says, "Oh, I'm just okay with calling him one, but I don't think he is one"? Where are you finding this within this article?
Yeah, let's say Paxton says he is one. The problem with Paxton, I feel that he leaves out corporatism. The idea.
Why does corporatism Trump, have to be a part of this?
Yes, it absolutely has to be.
Okay, why?
That's where we get the idea of merging the corporate. Yeah, that's where we get the idea of merging the corporate and state together.
Donald Trump has tried to merge the corporate and state together and interfere in those affairs.
Not like what Mussolini did under national syndicalism.
Wait, I'm curious. Do you have to do it to a similar extent or reach the peaks of Mussolini? That's fucking stupid.
Wait. No, because even Franco
No, it
Spain
is.
had so no, even
So you're
Franco
not
Spain
addressing
was
what I just
considered a
said. Can
fascist.
an individual be a fascist prior to, for example, you said people here on TikTok are fascists. How are they fascists if they have not established a corporatist state
Well, they can
held by
believe
a
in the
nationalist movement?
ideology. Yeah, they can believe in the ideology.
Okay, and the ideology and practice, does it
If
have to be,
Trump has,
stop talking,
yeah.
does it, stop, does it have to be perfect one for one to be a fascist?
What do you mean by like perfect one to
You're
one?
saying that, oh, because it's missing a pillar, then
Yeah, yeah,
therefore he can never be considered
yeah,
such. But even
yeah.
that's
I
like
would
a
say so.
contentious, even that's like a contentious debate, right? Like not all fascist scholars believe that, oh, corporatism has to be a part of it.
So
Um,
wait, I'm really
so you're just
confused here.
interrupting. You're
Then
interrupting. I'm not done talking. So I don't understand why it is, for example, if you're an authoritarian, or sorry, if you're a racist, for example, you don't have a particular aversion to every race or every aspect of a race. It's just like some small little things. Can that still make you a racist?
I would say if you discriminate against anyone on the basis of race, that would make you a racist.
Okay, but a regular person doesn't have the capacity to do that on like a large scale.
It doesn't. It doesn't have to be a large scale. It can just be on an
Okay.
individual level.
So things can change. It doesn't have to mean like, oh, one for one, you being able to institute policy that disenfranchises a group of people, right? It can be
No,
like on a social
no,
level,
you
right?
can simply have the ideology, but Trump
Okay.
has no coherent ideology that he's
Trump
following.
does have of a coherent ideology.
What's the coherent ideology?
He does peddle of a nationalist movement. He does have a cult of personality. He does use violence. He does secure himself further into power. He does abuse commerce. He controls it
But
directly. Like all
yeah,
these
so
things
like,
are telltale signs of a fascist, and I don't understand
but
why he hasn't established a corporate state just yet. But this idea that
yeah,
simply
that's
because
what
it
he needs
hasn't
to do.
done doesn't mean that, oh, he can never be considered one. That doesn't make any sense to me.
But like, here's the thing, though, is that like I don't see anything that separates him from like what the communists did or what like any other dictator has done. What makes Trump a fascist that no other dictator? What are we looking at to
Are you
symbolize
saying
that
that
this
Donald
person
Trump is a
is a
dictator?
fascist?
Are you saying Donald Trump is a
No,
dictator?
no, I'm saying, what are we looking at to establish that this person is a fascist? What are we looking for? Because you mentioned violence, you mentioned
Mm-hmm.
nationalism, you mentioned all
Mm-hmm.
these things right here,
The cult of
and all these
personality,
things right here.
operating on a mythology,
Trump's not
pinning it up.
operating under
Yeah, yes.
real any mythos. No,
Yeah.
make
Make
America
America great
great
again.
again. No, that's not a mythos
That
though. There's
is.
no mythical past there.
Yes, there is. It's yeah,
No,
that's
because
it's mythical in the sense that there was no prior point where America was ever great, and they're incapable of ever pinpointing it, but they're still chasing after it.
Trump's
They're pushing it.
Trump's
So you
hold
keep on
up.
interrupting me, and you don't know what I'm going to say. You're not that intelligent, right? So you're not going to be able to predict what I'm going to say before I'm done saying what I'm trying to say, right? So if they're evoking this time in history where oh, America was so great. But then after immigrants came through, after Democrats poisoned the waters, we need to get back to that point. That is a mythology. That is a
No,
mythos.
Trump's appealing to a time period where the government was run by tariffs. The government was smaller.
That's not
Those are the
true.
time. What do you mean it's not true? He wants to he literally wants to go back to a time where we were funded completely by tariffs. He's mentioned it
That's not
several
true.
times. What, oh, really? Can you prove me
Mm-hmm.
wrong?
Yeah,
Yeah, prove me
he hasn't
wrong.
instituted any policy for that to be the case.
Has he not said this?
He said a million different things. He said
Yeah,
that,
he's literally said this.
yeah,
This is the time he's appealing to.
no,
Yes, it
that's not true.
is.
So stop talking.
What do you
So
mean, no, it's
stop
not?
talking. If that was the case, then you know the tariffs that he imposed would be to like a way greater extent, broader in scope, higher in percentage tariffs, because there's no way you could generate a
They
$6
were
trillion.
shot down by the Supreme
Stop talking.
Court.
Nope. Prior to, he imposed them, right? Via IEPA. Those are the powers he invoked. You keep on interrupting. You're not really letting me get my point across. I don't know if I want to continue this conversation. It's really going fucking nowhere. But this idea that, oh, it's simply because Donald Trump said millions of things. That doesn't mean that it's the case or that's a part of his core policy prescription. The things that he's continued to ride on is not small government. He's not operating with the intention of making the government smaller. He's expanded the government's power, the executive's overreach over all other agencies. He's violated the separation of powers. He's violated the rule of law to encroach on individual civil liberties, to use the government as a body to spy on individuals that disagree with him and punish dissent. Like to this idea that, oh, well, he's calling for small government or tariff revenue to be the primary way by which we generate cash for the federal government. He's not done any of those things. He's moving
So
towards, stop talking, he's moving towards bigger government. He
can I
doesn't
reply
really,
to any of that? That's a lot of info. That's a
okay,
lot
go
of
for it.
fucking info to throw at somebody.
Go for it.
Yeah. So you can say that, yeah, he's doing all of this right here, but what makes him
Mhm.
fascist though? Because communists have done this. Every dictators have done this. What makes him a fascist? What are we
Well,
looking for to
again, it
pinpoint this?
speaks to the
You haven't
movement, right?
given me
It speaks
anything.
to the movement. A
I don't
dictator
think
can be a fascist, no? But if they're surrounded by a nationalist movement that pins a outgroup as responsible for every individual's,
so. The
essentially,
communists.
I'm just not doing this, bro. Like, this guy doesn't shut the fuck up. Bruh, like, lock in, bro.
Dude,
How's it going? Do you support the Trump
I
administration?
was so hell bent and crazy on this fascism thing.
Are you a Trump supporter,
You
or
don't know what it is.
are you a Trump supporter, or?
Of course. I'm a
Okay, you
60
can.
year old Navy veteran. I was a Democratic until you all lost the plot. I was Democratic until you lost the plot and you wanted girls to be boys and boys to be girls and all the rest of the other bullshit. Like with women competing in men's sports. It's
Women,
ridiculous.
yeah!
It's Riri, and you know it is.
I don't even know what you're talking about, but sure.
And like if they pass the SAVE Act, your party's done.
I'm
They're done.
not
That's
surprised.
the only reason they don't pass it is because the Uniparty won't let them. If they destroy the filibuster and they just have an up and down vote, you guys are cooked.
Can you
Everybody
control
knows.
yourself? Can you control yourself, or are you just like too much of a hothead to have a regular conversation?
I'm just trying to lay some truth on you, dude.
You're not laying down any truth. Like, all you've done is say a bunch of bullshit. You haven't even read the SAVE Act.
Damn sure I
So,
am, dude.
so you say you're a okay.
generation.
Yeah, he just can't control himself. You're just always mad. Can you compose yourself? You say you're 60 years old. You're just 60 years of rage. Is that the life you live? Jesus Christ,
Guess
bro.
what? I actually fought for my country, so I know what.
And now you're totally fine with the Constitution being torn to threads. Are you serious?
being torn to shreds.
It is getting torn to shreds. If you
They're
support
the ones that want to tear it to
Jesus
shreds.
Christ,
That's the truth.
it's not the truth. No.
You don't give a rat's ass about the Constitution.
Okay.
You just you hate Trump. You got TDS so far up your butthole.
You got
can't
TDSS.
Yes, it's a sad
You got
fact of
TDSS, bro.
It's like you've got a mental friggin' condition.
You got TDSS, bro. You got Trump dick sucking syndrome, bro. That's what you got. Jesus Christ. You can't even control yourself because of how mad you get when I talk shit about it. You need to slow. Listen. You want to talk?
What the fuck are you talking about, you dumb
Bro,
bitch?
slow down. Chill.
Shut the fuck up. I won't chill. I'll say what the fuck.
I know, because you're like you're a 60-year-old man child. Yeah.
You want us all to not.
I had to remove him. We got a violation. I knew that was gonna get him, bro. I knew that was. He's like, his kids saying I'm gay. I knew it, bro. I knew it. Hashtag not surprised. Sad a 60-year-old man has not educated himself, bro. It is what it is, bro. Mad as fuck on God. I'll start seeing you in the YouTube chat. Lol, so sensitive, is bro. That's what these people do. You know? It's what these people do. Make sure you like and share the stream, guys. The strike gets to 5K likes. The engagement's incredibly important to ensure that we can get like a steady flow of guests in the guest box. We can expand this channel, grow that influence, because that's what we're doing. Okay, we're doing big things, you know, the big things. You know? So let's try and get to 5K likes, then 10K, then 15K. You know the drill. If you're MAGA, press the guest request. We can try our hardest to have a respectful conversation. And money, yeah, money's a good thing. Yeah, believe it or not. I don't see what's the problem with me asking for money. Are you trying to say there's an issue with it, Bernie? As a matter of fact, let's see if we can bring you back up. I'm curious what you have to say. It's been a while. It's been 2 days. How's it going, Bernie? Have you changed your mind at all
Change my mind about what?
about Trump
I'm not
being
a
a terrible
Trump
president
supporter. I'm an independent.
that supports
I'm
Trump in
wondering-
every front, right?
Okay, 1 second. Stop
Okay,
reading
sorry.
my mind. I don't get it. Why you're a smart fellow. Don't get me wrong. Young fellow, but smart. I don't see you. I guess maybe this is the prompt, and this is what what you're getting at, and trigger and make money. But have you looked at your own party and what they've done and dug themselves a hole, which has caused this mess? If they would have got their act together, Trump wouldn't be in there. instead
Okay.
of focusing on all the negatives, and they don't learn from their lessons and doing the same thing that caused them to lose again. Do you have any opinion about that? It's okay with you?
For Democrats to repeat their mistakes, no. If you think I'm a smart man and you give me like some mutual respect, then it's definitely not okay with me for Democrats to fuck up by doing the same thing over and over again, right?
So what do you think? So let me hear, what are they doing wrong? And then what are they doing to change it for the next election?
I think an error on their part was probably just a messaging deficit. And that kind of means two things. One is poor messaging, just flat out, and the other, I guess, issue is the lack of volume. The Biden administration did not communicate with the American people to a fault, and that resulted in them losing a lot of the influence that they garnered in the 2020 election cycle.
What about
But
2016?
when it comes to policy, I don't know why we're going back to 2016. Like I don't know.
No, I'm just saying this has been going on for just not the Biden administration.
What you
Biden's
want Hillary
administration.
Clinton to do differently?
Well, Hillary Clinton took this as a guaranteed win. She cruised, and of course,
Yeah, well, it is
all
what
the other
Hillary's
stuff
never
that
going to run
coming
again.
out, the
Wait,
false-
no,
the
wait,
false
wait,
stuff.
wait. This is like a waste of time. Obviously, now we
Okay,
know
my
Donald.
point,
Wait,
you're
hold
right.
on,
Let's
stop.
not
Wait,
go
wait, wait. No, no, no,
backwards.
no. Now we know Donald Trump is a threat. The Democratic Party is never going to disregard him as a pushover, easy because he's so crazy and immature that
What
nobody's
is
ever
his
going to vote
threat?
for him.
What's the threat?
Donald
What
Trump
is
is
the
an
threat?
electoral threat. He's also a threat in terms of like American democracy and our Constitution, if that's what you mean.
So why is it that he has this power?
What
That
power?
he's been since the day he was elected in term one. They've been after him in every which way, the lawfare way, everything. And the
He
man,
wasn't subject to lawfare.
oh, really?
Yes.
They weren't after him and faking all these lawsuits and all that stuff.
You
But
say you're an
anyway,
independent. You're like just
I'm not- I'm
completely
just being
slurping up the
speaking
propaganda.
I'm speaking open-minded because I hate to see the judicial system used.
It's funny you say
forcefully
that. It's funny you say
anti-person.
that. It's funny you say
Well,
that.
1 second.
Okay.
I got to give the man credit in one way because he went through all that and he won unanimously.
He didn't
Explain
win
it to me.
unanimously. It was actually one of the tightest elections in American history.
Did
one
he
of the
win
slimmest
the
popular vote
House,
margins ever.
the Senate?
Republicans won the House and the Senate. Yes, it's true. But
Why
Donald
did
Trump's
they do
election
that?
victory over Kamala Harris was very slim. Electorally, domination in terms of the popular vote, I think it showed that the country split down the middle.
Well, it
but
has been split down
But
the
this
middle.
idea that Donald Trump, that's not true. This idea that Donald Trump was victim to lawfare and political persecution, you have no evidence of that.
Oh, really?
Yes.
So obviously the courts have reversed a lot of these decisions
No?
and falsities.
Like what?
So, we don't have to go through it. If you don't think that they
no,
were
no, no. Wait,
after
what do you mean?
him,
No, 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 no,
and
no.
Comey and the FBI and the false
Go ahead.
claims and the attorney generals.
Slow down.
And
You're
he's
mentioning
won.
it. You're throwing a lot of things out. So, you mentioned Jack Smith. He was not the attorney general. He was special counsel, appointed by the attorney general at the time, Merrick Garland. And you mentioned James Comey. Who was James Comey? What was his position? He wasn't attorney general.
No, he's the FBI.
Exactly, FBI director. And what did he do that was so wrong?
What got him indicted?
James. Wait, no. We're not talking about what James Comey. That was recent when he posted the 8647 with the shells. What did he do in the past that made it so Donald Trump was a victim of lawfare while Donald Trump was president and James Comey was the FBI director at the time?
Not James Comey in particular.
Okay, no. Or you
can
mean
go
Rob
with many
Mueller?
other
You mean
things.
Mueller?
But
The Russia hoax?
The bottom line is the bottom
No,
line.
no. The
is-
bottom line. There has been no bottom line
bottom
established
line
because
is
all the things. No,
Democrats
no.
have empowered
No.
Donald Trump.
No, I disagree. I think Donald Trump has got unlucky with a set of circumstances that have allowed him and a shitty movement like his to gain steam, gain traction, because Democrats have been incredibly poor and the world has been, I guess, taken on a fucking roller coaster over the last decade or so.
No, they've been poor to the American people. And they've
Democrats have not
uh,
been poor to the American people. Their policies
Really?
have been
That's
relatively
why they
effective
voted.
at making
That's
their
why they
quality of
voted
life
for
better.
Trump.
The American people are not well informed.
And then that's the problem. Then what the messaging is going out. Then if that's the case, They've been busy propping up Biden for 4 years that he's completely,
Joe Biden
know,
was the president.
competent.
Do you not expect them to prop up Joe Biden when he was in his first year in office, or his second year in office, or his third year in office? Like, I don't know why you're trying to
Everybody's
they
conceded.
try to pop up
Everybody's,
Biden from the moment he was
well,
born and
one
make you
moment.
believe that he's competent.
You're a
We're not
smart
getting
guy.
away.
You know
I'm a
that
smart
Joe
guy,
Biden
and I know
didn't
that
have
this is an
all his
attempt to run away
faculties.
from the lie
He didn't
that
have his
you made,
faculties
that you
for
said
the
that
last 2
Donald Trump
years,
was
and
a
they kicked
victim
him
of
out.
political persecution. So I want you to tell me, what's the evidence that Donald Trump was a victim of lawfare, that his Fifth Amendment rights were violated, and he did not have a fair and free and speedy trial? What was it?
Okay. Listen, I'm not going through that with you.
No, we
'cause I
have
don't
to.
wanna
Well,
go back
okay.
over- I
Well, this
wanna
is my
know what
stream.
the
If you don't know,
messaging will
if you don't
be.
want to,
Now, 1 second.
then you can leave,
I'd
sir.
like you to tell me the answer. What the Democrats are going to do different on the next elections? to
They're already
change the
doing things
messaging?
differently. Elections aren't just every 2 years. Elections
what are they
happen
doing
almost all the
differently?
time. They're engaging in economic populism and providing the American people what they want to hear.
Oh, really?
Yes,
Like
and
what?
that's why Democrats
what?
have been winning.
Like what?
Universal health care, no new wars, ensuring that all their policies directed to the benefit of the average man instead of focusing on the interests of the wealthy few. It's like economic populism.
Well,
That's what it is.
that may be true for part of them, but the other part of them are
Who is the other part?
focused
What are you
on the
talking about?
woke
That's the
left,
DNC's messaging.
And we
No,
have to
that's the DNC's
change our
messaging.
lifestyle because
It's the
of
DNC's
a
messaging.
majority.
No, it's the DNC's messaging. I don't know who you're talking about. I don't know what you're referring to, sir.
The squad.
Who's the squad? I don't know what that is.
Oh, then I'm sorry. Then do your lessons, do your homework.
Okay.
Do your homework.
Is that all, or?
On the scandal in Minnesota, the scandals
You're
that
just,
are going
another
on.
lie? Like, you're just saying a bunch of bullshit, and then when I push you back on it, you're like, oh, I don't actually
What
want
do
to
you
get
mean
into
lie?
that.
Are you
Fir-
saying that
it
all
was
these
first the
billions of
Russia-
dollars that were given under
The Democratic
the vice
Party, the
president,
Democratic
genius
Party,
vice
the
president,
Democratic Party did not facilitate fraud in Minnesota.
individuals of the
No.
Democratic Party did.
No, you have no evidence for that. What's your evidence against Tim Walz?
Who they were the one in response. Whoever's in
Nope.
charge,
Stop it. Nope. What's your evidence against Tim Walz?
other than he's an idiot. Idiot.
Zero. Wrong.
And who's that? Who's
Zero.
the congresswoman
Nope,
that
hold
is,
on.
funding the money and
Ilhan Omar?
Yeah.
Hold on. No. So what's the evidence, sir?
You're going to justify everything.
No, I'm
right?
not justifying anything. I haven't justified anything. I'm just asking you for evidence. What's the evidence?
Why aren't you critical of it?
What's the evidence?
Oh, so it hasn't happened.
No, there's no evidence that Tim Walz was responsible for the fraud in Minneapolis.
So who do you think is responsible?
Criminals?
And which criminals?
I don't know.
This was going on.
I mean, the
under
feed your
governor's
future,
control.
the feed your
This was
future.
going on
You're full
under
of shit.
government
Stop. No,
oversight
I'm not letting you
committee?
do this. I'm not letting you do this. The feed your
Who's
future.
responsible?
The feed your future group was
You're
already
just blaming
prosecuted
Trump as
by the
responsible
Trump
for
admin.
everything?
Bro, stop talking. Jesus Christ. I don't blame Trump if something happens under his leadership if he's not responsible for it. I tend to blame him for direct action that he's responsible for. It's not for some vague attribution between something bad happening and him. It's like the tariff. It's like the war in Iran. It's like the violation of rule of law in America, the violation of the separation of powers, attacking all these things he's doing himself. It's nobody else. You have no evidence against Tim Walz. I just want you to say that for the record.
Where
You
does the
said
buck
apart
stop?
from him being an
Where
idiot.
does the buck
No.
stop in
Just
a
admit
state?
it. You have no evidence,
Where
and what
does
you're
the
running
buck
on
stop
is
when
your
there
logic or common
scandals
sense.
going on under the leadership of that state?
You know,
Who's responsible?
fraud was
Who's gotta pay
prosecuted
the
under
price?
Tim Walz. Fraud was prosecuted under Tim Walz, sir.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, do you know what the
Have a
Feed Your
great day.
Future scandal is?
What's the major future scandal?
No, it's Feed Your Future. It was a group of fraudsters who were siphoning like healthcare funds, essentially, that were supposed to be given to fucking children or whatever, who were
Right.
prosecuted under the Biden administration when Tim Walz was governor of the state. So I guess he did a good
And
job there.
so who
With the
oversaw
fraud that
that?
you're
Who-
referring to, Tim
who
Walz,
did-
Tim Walz,
who-
Tim
who-
Walz, Tim Walz
who
oversaw the prosecution.
was
That's the point.
responsible
The
to the
fraud that you're
oversight of that
referring to
scandal?
is not
do
real.
you wanna
You're
point
talking
to?
about Nick Shirley's video.
Who do you want to point to if not Tim Walz?
The criminal that was indicted? What do you mean? Why would
You don't
Tim?
care that all
Wait,
that
I'm
money
curious.
was left? You don't.
What
care
money are
about
you
all this
talking? Wait, no,
funding?
no, no, no! Stop. What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
The Ethiopian money that went
What?
out.
No. What are you talking about? What case? What indictment? What are you talking about?
You know what I'm talking about.
No, I don't know what. I have no clue what the fuck the Ethiopian money scandal is, sir. What are you talking about? Please tell me. I'm curious.
It's a perfect world. It's a perfect world.
Okay. Well, I'm just
I
gonna
get
move
it.
on.
Okay.
Like, I don't know, dude. What are we doing? What are we doing, bro? Lock in, dude. I'm so tired, bro. I'm so fucking tired, and I have to talk to these people. Jesus Christ. This guy needs to take a nap, on God. Everyone make sure you're liking and sharing the the live. Let's try and get to 10K likes, please. We need the engagement. Engagement's incredibly important. Can't stress it enough. If you want to continue seeing on our few page, be sure to drop that follow. If you want to send single coin donations, that also help out a lot. But yeah, engagement's incredibly important. I know it may sound disingenuous for me to ask you to like the live, but if you want to see me get debates, if you want to see me have conversations, doing nothing isn't really going to help. So, Republicans made this country great. Ben Herlocker. Interesting name there, sir. If you want to request up, you're more than welcome to. Content creator doesn't know that Minnesota governor is responsible for tax dollars have been. Wow, that was a good point, you know. Didn't know that one before. I'm so... Fuck, the dollars have been. Jesus. If only I knew that sooner. Really helping me out there. What are you doing, dude? Should I just restart live, bro? I have no regulars watching. No one's fucking liking, dude. You ready for Iceman May 15th? What liberal country, state, or city is great? California? How's it going, Poutine? California's a pretty great state. I wouldn't say it's great. I don't really know if great means perfect, which is typically what you guys mean by great, then really nothing's going to be great. But as in above average, way above average, then yeah. Number one in homelessness? Oh, it's also the fucking largest, you know. It's the biggest state. Yeah. No, really? No way, bro. Like, are you fucking dead ass? So good, even the homeless want to live there. 52 Democrat districts to come in new gerrymandering law. What states are imposing? Well, hold on. Dem states redrawing districts. I want Qatar money too. The Qatari money, I do too, brother. I do too. Because right now all I'm seeing is some Republican states are moving to... Bro, oh my God. The fucking VRA... What? Callus? I don't know how to pronounce it. Bro, it's such a bad... it's the worst fucking ruling I've ever seen in my entire life. Holy shit. Oh my God, I finished it. Oh my God, it's so bad, dude. It's so fucking stupid. Essentially, racial discrimination cannot be proven. It cannot be proven. All states have to do is be like, guys, we're just protecting the Republican majority. Well, it just so happened that the blacks, like Jesse Lee Peterson says, send a vote for Democrats, brother. California, highest gas taxes in the nation. Bro, Ben, you can request up, you know, we can have a conversation. 15 Republicans in California will disappear. Haven't they already done that? There's only like 2 Republican seats. California congressional maps. I listen, I implore Democrat senators, liberal senators, any senator, governors, sorry, I'm tired as fuck, to change and redraw maps in response to this ruling. California, highest state income tax, and he's just saying things, got it. California, a lot of people. California, most cars in the country. California has beaches. California has warm weather. California has a lot of food. God damn it, you're so right. California has hospitals with dead people inside of them. Holy shit, no way. California does not have the best tacos. I'm sorry, Logos. You're wrong. It's Texas, brother. I'm sorry to break it to you. It's Texas. I've been to California. Texas is better Mexican food. I'm sorry. And this is coming from a man with credentials as a Mexican myself, okay? 37 Repubs in Dem-led states, 31 Dems in Repub-led states, 6 seats net gain to come just there. Nice. It sure does. Amen, brother. People from California don't think about other states. California breakfast, bro, California burritos, bro. Oakland breakfast is the best. Oakland is the best breakfast I've ever had in my entire life. Oakland breakfast is so fucking good. Nah, crazy. I take back what I said. Yeah, slow down, Esther. I see you. Okay, but Cali is the best food in general? Fuck no. Jesus Christ, slow down. Oakland did have really good food. I don't know. I think New York has better food, though. I'm not gonna lie. In general, New York Asian food is fucking amazing. New York food is amazing. But California did have some really good... It had some great fucking food when I visited. Oakland is the Grand Theft... Bro, this guy's just fucking cringe in the chat. No one's like... Oh, there's no engagement, bro. I don't know why I get so fucking unlucky. I need like... Bro, there has to be somebody, man. There has to be somebody that can just fill in that gap that's just liking the stream, you know what I mean? Just fucking tapping away. Getting calluses on their thumbs from how much they're fucking tapping. Like, we need some engagement. I might restart stream because there's like nobody coming in. Nobody has joined. The stream is like capped at 900 people, 940 people. But y'all need to be fucking liking. That's the problem, bro. You guys don't fucking like, dude. No, listen, no disrespect to y'all. Okay? But lock in. We need that engagement. That's why, listen, I wish it can be like YouTube and we can all just be high IQ and chill and watch me react to shit, but TikTok's the largest platform I have, so I have to be begging for engagement. I'm so sorry. I know. It must suck. You must hate it. If you're MAGA, press the guest request, by the way. In the meantime, I'll start getting a video ready that we can react to. Set a small gift goal. Bro, it's like, I don't know what happened. But views have been really bad recently. So like 150 used to be realistic for Heart Maze, and now it's like not the fucking thing, dude. Views have been super bad. We'll do 45. I'm sure that'd probably be better. Do you think conservatives are against you personally? No, probably not the average conservative. That's unlikely. I don't believe that's the case. Hashtag MAGA? Oh, bruh. That's the one. Mehdi Hassan is debating Michael Knowles?
When it comes to Supreme Court, that is why we're saying he does not uphold the Constitution, because the evidence is clear. And if Trump were here tonight, he'd probably say, yeah, you're right.
I stopped giving TikTok my money when Trump ruined it. It's okay, brother. I get it.
Well, my opponent got a great laugh line just now, but unfortunately he only did so by misrepresenting the facts. Okay. When there's a difference between Venezuela and Iran, but furthermore, when we look at Iran, we were not the ones that killed the Ayatollah. That was the Israelis, and my opponent loves to complain about the Israelis. Perhaps he can do it tonight or another time. But that was the Israelis who did it. So we do have to get basic.
By the way, if you're MAGA, request that,
Trump
please.
took credit for it. You know that. He's publicly taken credit for it.
If we could avoid the interruption, I just want to point out that your laugh line was based on a complete misunderstanding of what actually happened. But I'll try to finish my point. I think that gives you a good sense of where we stand on international expertise. Because also Venezuela is a different country from Iran. Iran has been waging war against the United States for some 50 years now. They obviously killed over 200 Americans.
Waging... God, the IRGC must suck ass, dude. They've been waging war for 50 years and only killed 200 people? Holy shit. They gotta up their game. Holy crap. They're really bad at this, dude. What happened? It's supposed to be scary. This is the world sponsor of terror. And they suck. They have shit numbers.
American troops in the Beirut barracks bombings, and we have not retaliated for that in a serious way. Iran since then has
in a serious way,
bruh. The Middle East. There was a very strong legal predicate for taking out the Ayatollah, even if you think it's not a prudential thing to do. Whereas the very different intervention into Venezuela involved orders from judges.
Okay, 600. Bro, the likes are going up and the views are not going up. I have no clue what's wrong with TikTok. I think I just need engagement from like a lot of. It's just I don't know. It's just the engagement has been shit. I'm not gonna lie. It is what it is. It's been ass. It's fine. And it's not. I'm not shitting on y'all. Okay. It's just like a general thing. Like it's just the people that do come across the stream that are not reoccurring viewers tend to just like pass on by, things like that. And the debates are like few and far between. So there's not really as much entertaining content. It's whatever.
Crimes, and now there will be a trial in New York. So the one similarity between the two, and perhaps we can agree on this, is that the intervention into Venezuela was rather restrained. We didn't actually depose the regime. We just put a gun to the head of the deputy and said, play nice or it's going to be you next. And I don't know that we're going to depose the regime in Iran either. A more expansive
Then what are you, what?
as Republicans and Democrats have done. Trump, once again, I point out, is so restrained here, so moderate, so well within the mainstream that we aren't even seeing regime change in either of those places.
Because they don't want it. What are you talking
I
about?
think it was briefly mentioned, the idea of emergency acts and extenuating circumstances, and I want to zoom in on that. President Donald Trump argued that his imposition of tariffs during Liberation Day was justified under the International Emergencies Economic Powers Act, or the IEEPA. However, the Supreme Court found the IEEPA does not authorize the president to impose sweeping tariffs such as that in Liberation Day. With
Base.
this in mind, how should we think about
Oh,
the limits
shit.
of presidential authority?
Hold on, America.
Using
Hold on.
emergency powers.
I'll be back on live. Give me a second. Give me a second. Give me a second. I'll be back to streaming. Give me a second. Okay. Give me a second. I'm getting an emergency phone call from the radical left. I'll start the stream back up in like 10 minutes. Okay. 15 minutes. Bye bye, everybody.